Hello, investors. Welcome again to your show, Mali Investment Talks. Today, in this video, I want us to discuss one common type of investment fraud. Remember, our theme right now is investment fraud. So many of you have heard of what we call Ponzi schemes, and you're probably wondering, or some of you are wondering, what is a Ponzi scheme? So first of all, the word Ponzi is simply somebody's name, the name of a gentleman called Charles Ponzi, who executed this scheme sometime in the early 20th century in the United States. Its name was Charles Ponzi. But there are many other people who have executed this scheme. But what is the essence of it? What is the essence of a Ponzi scheme? So basically, it is a supposed investment scheme which guarantees you or the investor some super returns in a very short time. It's as simple as that. Now, to call it an investment scheme is actually an oxymoron, because there is actually no investment in the first instance. So the supposed lucrative investment actually is not an investment to start with. Your money is not being invested anywhere. Your money is, one, being deposited in a private account, private bank account of the fraudster, and it will be used to do two things. Firstly, your money will be used to pay off any early investors who come asking for their money back. Okay? So your money is then used to pay off that investor instead of money coming from the returns of an investment. The second thing that your money is used to do is basically to support the lifestyle, usually extravagant lifestyle of the investors. So you will see these people flying around in expensive cars, sophisticated ones, corporate jet, in personal jets and that kind of thing. Basically, that is how your money is being used. It is not being invested anywhere. But to create the facade of an investment, you will be given some statements, supposedly investment statements, every month. I would like to tell you that those statements are usually fake. They're basically manufactured to create that facade, that aura of a real investment going on. So you'll be given fake statements showing high returns, high consistent returns, right? But behind it all, there is no investment going on. And one of the reasons for sending you these statements with high returns and that kind of thing, showing high returns, is basically to encourage more investments, encourage others to come and invest. So when they do that, you show other people, they come and bring their money in expectation of the same returns. They also try to encourage more investors to come on board by, like I said earlier, paying off the early investors using money that comes from later investors. So to create that air of confidence, that air of genuineness, right, among the investor community. So please take note. Now, what then happens is that at a certain point, either there will be no more investors. Remember, the only source of funds for them is more people putting money in. So they will get to a point where there are no more investors bringing in money, no more people putting in money, or even if there are still some people bringing in more money, if for any reason there are more withdrawals than there are inflows because of some development in the market. So for instance, 2-3 years ago we had COVID and that kind of thing. So suddenly so many withdrawals, so many people come and they want their money out. Many more people than there are those who are coming in to bring money in. As soon as one or both of those conditions happen, the scheme will collapse. That's when you suddenly hear that, oh, the promoter of the scheme has taken off. Suddenly, the phone calls that you make are not being picked or returned. That will have happened, and suddenly your money goes up in smoke. So that is the essence of a Ponzi scheme. So again, what are some of the common signs, common warning signals? First one, I talked about it earlier. Again, looks too good to be true. It probably is not true. So someone is telling you, oh, we shall pay you 20% per fortnight or per week, 20% per month. That is ridiculous. We all know in most of our markets, we know what the current interest rates are. We know what the average bond rates are. Someone had better be able to justify why and how they can pay so much. But in many cases, that is a warning sign. Number two, as I said, you will be getting some fake manufactured statements. Watch those statements. Not only will they be showing very high returns, over time you will show that you will see that they are showing some consistently high returns. Very little fluctuations, if any. Normal investments do not behave like that. There is always going to be some volatility, especially if your money is being invested in volatile assets. At least if you are told that's where your money, then you expect some volatility. But if on the other hand you are seeing consistent returns or consistently going up, that should be a warning sign. Number three, ask about the business model once again. How exactly are they making money? Be sure that you understand that clearly. How is the money being generated? Refuse to accept complex explanations which you don't understand, or dodgy answers which avoid answering directly your question. Next, who is the regulator? Is that product being regulated by anybody? Again, while sometimes investments are not always regulated, but take lack of regulation as a warning sign. All right? Next, a number of these proposals sometimes will be sold to particular investor communities. So for instance, they might come to you as a member of a church, right? That, oh no, this is only for you or for members of our church. Guess what? That usually is done simply because members of a particular community will probably be easier to convince. They have these emotional hang-ups that, oh no, this is one of us. He couldn't possibly be taking us for a ride. Be careful. If an investment proposal is good and genuine, it's unlikely that it would be restricted to a particular community only. Next, you're going to be told this is guaranteed, this is safe, this is zero risk. That should be another warning sign to you. there is hardly an investment out there which is 100% safe. There would be some residual risk, whether it is, maybe you can still get your money, but it could be a risk due to inflation and so on and so forth. So if someone begins to tell you that this proposal is zero risk, you're guaranteed high returns, well, that should be a warning sign. Finally, once again, be wary of a proposal which is given to you in haste. It's made to look so urgent. If you don't do it now, then you are something bad will happen, or you are going to miss out on something. Anything which is presented to you in haste creates an air of urgency, portends of a lot of danger. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Those are basically Ponzi schemes. Or once again, do send me questions, ask me any further questions you want to clarify on, and always remember to subscribe, to share the videos in your communities, to like and to comment. I'll talk to you again on other investment frauds. Thank you.